Leaders across the country are trying to help people who are struggling right now just to keep food on the table by offering them money.
And that financial assistance comes with no strings attached. Our Stephen Graddick is in Richmond, Virginia to tell us about a guaranteed income program.
Stimulus checks and unemployment program benefits have been putting cash into Americans' pockets since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, cities like Richmond, Virginia are piloting a guaranteed income program to give their residents a much-needed boost. Peggy Morris spends her mornings here at Woodville Elementary School, where she wears two hats. One as a crossing guard and one as a tutor for at-risk students. And every day she greets her students with a smile and a hug. Despite having her hands full at work, her salary doesn't always pay her bills at the end of the month.
You have a job, you go there every day, you're just not making enough money. The $500 is helping people like me feel better, breathe easier.
And for the past year, Peggy has been receiving $500 from the city on top of her teacher's salary to help make ends meet.
It's been a godsend. Before the program, I was struggling with my bills. Some things were delinquent, fell behind. I couldn't, pay certain things.
With the extra monthly boost, Peggy has been able to get on top of her finances for the first time ever.
That's free money. My money is freed up to pay off other things so that the car will not be a problem anymore and I can, focus my attention on something else. I want to get my student loan taken care of, yes.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
But sometimes when you have been struggling for so long, it's just nice to be able to go treat yourself to a nice meal.
When your money is funny, you can't buy groceries that you want, healthy foods that you want to buy. You tend to buy fast food because it's cheaper. So now that I have this extra money, I'm able to buy healthier foods and make healthier choices and cook more at home than going out for fast food.
But Peggy is just one of the 18 Richmond residents receiving monthly checks for 2 years. But you may be wondering, who's paying for this? These funds are coming from the CARES Act, a federal COVID-19 relief bill, and 2 private foundation partnerships. We went with Peggy to a panel celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Richmond Resilience Initiative.
I'm Levar Stoney, the mayor of the great city of Richmond, and today I'm joined by 3 panelists.
For Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney, this program is personal.
My mother was 16, my father was 18 when I was born. I had the great fortune of being raised by my grandmother on her, monthly Social Security check. I remember the stress on my grandmother's face when I would have to make that call to the bank and hear the automated message that said that we had $25 left in the bank for the final week to feed 2 kids and feed herself.
Stoney, growing up, often heard the phrase, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Sometimes there are no bootstraps to pull yourself up. What this program does, the Richmond Resilience Initiative, it creates the bootstraps. It creates the bootstraps for our residents so they actually can pull themselves up.
So let me get this right. You have been giving away $500 a month to 18 families with no strings attached?
With no strings attached. And I know some people will say, oh my gosh, are you disincentivizing people to work? No, these are people who are working. They don't qualify, though, for any sort of federal assistance.
What makes Richmond's Guaranteed Income Program unique is that it targets people who are working and are making too much to qualify for federal benefits, like food stamps or Medicaid, but are still not making a living wage. This is known as the cliff effect, and all of the program recipients have fallen off the benefits cliff.
If you have a job and you're not making any money, that's not your fault.
Not every person was born on third base. We got some folks still stuck in the dugout. And so if we can bolster the local safety net that allows them to get on first base, to round those bases and be successful, shouldn't we do that?
The mayor hopes that this small test in Richmond will show that giving money to people in need can disrupt the cycle of poverty. I'm Stephen Graddick, Newsy, in Richmond, Virginia.